Live. Sorry, I had a phone call. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the RubbingsRacing channel, broadcasting live from the planet Earth and representing the voice of RubbingsRacing. I am your host, Kenbo76. Thursday Night Lights, episode 21, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the Spa Francorchamps track tonight with the Renault Sport RS01 Trophy Edition here. A little bit of information about this car, the Renault, I call it the Renault, so it's gonna be between the Renault and the Renault. So the Renault Sport RS01, said is a sports racing car manufactured by Renault Sport. It's a performance of the division of Renault. It says the car's platform is based on the Renault Desire. The RS01 was originally used to compete in the Renault Sport Trophy, Renault's one-making racing series, but was expanded to the GT3. This is not the GT3 version, ladies and gentlemen. This has a little more horsepower than the GT3 right now. It says the RS01 is the most powerful one-make car racer built by Renault, and is the only one that is not based on a production car. So this is a car designed for the racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. The vehicle was originally unveiled at the 2014 Moscow International Automobile Show. So a little bit of history on the Renault RS01 Trophy Edition here, so we're keeping an eye on. Looks like Dan Butt-Mortuis here coming up through El Rouge here, ladies and gentlemen. Currently sitting second place right now. 0.2 of a second off of Aussie. We've seen Aussie Albie coming back right now, setting the pace right now. Where is he at on track? Let's give you guys the map here, because this is a big track and it can be a little confusing for me at times. See Aussie coming across the start-finish line here. See if he can improve his lap time, ladies and gentlemen. We all know, we all love him. Aussie Albie, currently living in the UK from down under, all the way from Australia, living in the UK right now. Has been residing there for some time. Has a lot of fun over there, met a lot of cool people, and good to see him on track tonight. Currently setting the pace, ladies and gentlemen, 213.5. 213.5 right now. Dan Butt-Mortuis is good to see him on track tonight. Haven't heard much from him lately, but it's always good to have him on track tonight. Currently running second place. Dan Butt-Mortuis, 33 years old, from the UK. He said his favorite cars are the Ferrari 488 GT3 and the Nissan R34 in that electric blue color. Said he's been racing for about 3 years. He bought Project Cars 1 and was hooked. He brought Project Cars 2 and he never looked back. So right now doing a great job tonight for our 21st edition of Thursday Night Lights here at Spa with the Renault RS01 Trophy, ladies and gentlemen. Good job seeing him coming out. Lionsfoot, what's Lionsfoot up to tonight? Lionsfoot currently on the track right now, setting a third place time at 2 seconds behind everybody. Lionsfoot always out here on Thursday Night Lights. Took part in the GT5 series this year. I think he finished up around the top 6 or 7 in the points. I don't know offhand here, but name's Scotty. He's a Welsh driver. He's from Swansea. His favorite track is the Red Bull Ring and Imola. Said he's relatively new to organized leads racing, and that is an old bio. He's not relatively new to it anymore. It's been brought up through the Mods and Marshall's system here, and has a lot of input here at RubbingsRacing, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a Mod and a Marshall out on the track right now. Ubar, Flying Dutchman, where's he at right now? He was really fast in the earlier practice. Currently sitting 2.1 seconds off of the lead right now. Our Flying Dutchman, we all know him. He's got his own fan base here in Project Cars 2 on our Discord server. It's always good to see his fans show up and support him on. We have Ubar, 45 years old. He's from the Netherlands. Hoogeveen, I guess that's how you say it. Hoogeveen. That's my most American way I can say the Hoogeveen, Netherlands. We call him the Flying Dutchman. He's raced in Gran Turismo 1 and 2. Started racing again with Project Cars 2, and he prefers the LMP2, GTE, and GT3s. He's also the lead coordinator of the LMP2 division, which just wrapped up here. What was new this season? We did the LMP1s last year. This season we did the LMP2s. Just in case you guys are wondering, we are in between seasons here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a 3-week break. This week we're not doing anything other than community racing, kind of restructuring the league a little bit, get some modifying some rules and regulations here. And then next week we'll have our special event that will take place on the times of the event. So Tuesday night will be the touring car special event. Thursday night we'll resume with Thursday Night Lights. Friday night's going to be our Friday night special event with the Ginetta GT5s, although it's not going to be in the Ginetta GT5s. It's going to be something absolutely crazy and unlike Rubbing Racing, but it's going to let these guys be able to get out and hang loose. Saturday night we have the LMP2 special event, I believe. Ubar is putting that on, and then Sunday we're going to have the GT3 special event as well. Now what that is, ladies and gentlemen, it's just really a way to let our guys know, you know, we appreciate them guys coming in and showing up every week and putting their hard work and dedication into it here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see where Nicky's at. Nicky not able to do a lap yet. Hasn't got one under his belt yet. Don't know if he is still out on a hot lap or is getting ready to do a flying lap. We're not sure what's happening here. Nicky, everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He is from Silverstone. Nicky NRP is a marshal at the track. He does a lot of things here at Rubbings Racing. Rubbings Racing. Good to have him on track. 33 years old, lives in England, over in Silverstone. He works at the circuit as well. And if you're wondering what circuit he works at, that is Silverstone, ladies and gentlemen. Said he loves all form of motor racing. If it's got a motor and wheels, he said he wants to be racing it. So he said he's a fast, clean racer, and his friend says he's an easygoing kind of guy. A lot of guys from the track tune in from time to time to watch him. So if anybody's tuning in to watch Nicky race tonight, he wants to shout out the window there and say, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Right now, where's Nicky at on track? 13th. Looks like he's got his headlights on. Coming in for a flying lap right now. He was really fast in practice. Went back to the pits there. Worked on his setup just a little bit. We have Evan in the purple car, in a purple Renault right now. In that number 25 purple. And coming into the lobby late, or not late tonight, but I haven't seen him on Thursday Night Lights for quite some time. I don't know if he's ever been on Thursday Night Lights. I have called him a few times, so caught a lot of races, ladies and gentlemen. They all kind of run together after a while. But good to have him on track tonight. Seeing what he's up to here. Trying to get involved with these Renault RS01s here tonight right now. Currently not setting a time right now. Got his headlights on as well. Going to try to get a lap time set in. We're going to come back to that and see what's going up here at the front. Dan Mortuis taking over the pole right now as he comes down towards the start-finish line, or comes across the start-finish line down around turn 1 towards turn 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. 2:11.965 is the pace right now. Dan Mortuis is setting it. We got Johnny coming in right now. Only a 10th off of him. Let's see what Johnny's up to. Johnny, yeah, we have a bunch of Johnnies in the league, so I'm looking there. Anthony, 33, from the UK, living in France. Said he was karting from the age of 8. And I believe this is the same Johnny. Let me double check here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to get the information wrong here. Yes, it's the same Johnny. Yes, Johnny. Anthony, 33, from the UK, living in France. He said he's been karting from the age of 8 and ran a few stints in the Formula Ford and the Formula 300. Said, but he had to give it a rest because it got just a little bit too expensive. Said he joined the French Foreign Legion and has been in for 12 years. He said he likes to sim race to relax and wind down. Loves clean racing within the community. So good to have him on track tonight. Currently sitting second place right now, only a 10th off of the lead. Andy WFC, we all know him, we all love him. One of the other voices of Rubbings Racing, does it very well. Currently setting a good lap right now, only 8/10 off of the lead. Third place coming in, Andy. Is a little bit of information on Andy. We all know who Andy is. If you're just tuning in, Andy's one of our broadcasters. 22 years old, from Watford. Said he's been playing since Gran Turismo 5 and F1 2011. Had a little bit of NASCAR in there. He took part in the Dash for Cash event over the winter time, over the Christmas. So Andy doing good things here. If you guys want to get, he does a lot of streaming on his channel. We do a lot of community races. So check us out. You gotta check us out, and if you guys within the community want to get involved in that, Andy does a fantastic job during the week, keeping everybody excited and upcoming for the next season here. Keeping his vocals up to date and broadcasting in some of his own lobbies there. So great to have Andy on board. Probably good for him tonight not to be on the mic. As he said a little bit earlier today, he was a little bit hoarse. He's been talking like crazy. I think we did it for 4 or 5 hours in a row the other day. My arms were tired. I'm sure his vocals were tired. So Andy doing a good job right now. Coming in third place. Let's go to the YouTube and see what everybody's up to. And oh my goodness, everybody is tuning in. Bobby Gray tuning in. Hey buddy, what's going on? Looking forward to seeing what else these boys are capable of in this car track combo. Yes, sir. This is going to be a very interesting car track combo. I've done it a few times myself. I'm not very good at it, but I know there are guys in here that are really good with these guys here. J Palm 23, good evening everyone. That's a good car combo choice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We try to do our best to keep everybody happy here. Should be a good race. It should be a good race. Where's RDJ up to? RDJ in the pit currently 1 second behind the leaders. Aussie Albie coming out here right now 1.3 seconds behind the leader. It's been wrenching on the setup for about the last hour. We did a practice lobby. And JR Sim Racing always chiming in for his #1 guy, Andy WFC, for the win. So Andy, you got a fan out there shooting you on, buddy. Can't wait to see what these guys are about to let us do. JR Sim Racing also says, don't let us down, Andy, and get that dub. You need to get that dub. You got somebody rooting out there for you, Andy. Good to hear you, JR. Good you chiming in, man. Good. Thank you for your support. Let's see what our Flying Dutchman's up to right now. 8th place, 2.3 seconds off the lead. Doing a good job right now. Always good to have Ubar on track on Thursday nights. It's good for us as league coordinators here during the week. This is good for him to get out here, and we don't have any league stuff to worry about this week. No league races, so everybody's just kind of out here relaxing and chilling out. Amber Curie Andrew, good to have him on track tonight as well. We've seen him several times on Thursday nights. Amber Curie Andrew, South African. He's living in Ireland right now. I said he just moved there recently, so he has a lot of time to race. He said he doesn't feel like he's the fastest, but he prides himself on being clean. The T300 is his weapon of choice, and he has a play seat as well. He loves the older cars and a fan of the GTE and endurance races. Let's see what Amber Curie Andrew can do tonight. We just got word, too, that Old Smokey is his last Thursday night lights if he has his way on a controller. He said next week he's going to be on a wheel, so pretty excited about that. Old Smokey always faithfully showing up just about every Thursday night when he can. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the lineup. Dan Bud Mortuis is going to start the field off with a blistering 2:11.965. Johnny coming in second, Andy coming in third, RDJ with a surprise fourth there, and Aussie Albie rounding out the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Silverstone coming in sixth, Scotty, our Welsh, or our Swansea driver, 7th, Ubar, Flying Dutchman coming in 8th, Amber Curie Andrew 9th, Ollie Moore. Don't know what happened to him, been quiet, he was pretty fast there. Ollie Moore rounding out the top 10, excited to see what he does here. Evan coming in 11th, Tuggy Bear 12th, Old Smokey 13th, Dark Ninja 14th, and Smithy's creeping in here in 15th place, ladies and gentlemen. So that is our field. Stay tuned, we are getting ready to go green.
15 seconds, guys.
15-second warning, guys. 15-second warnings. Nikki chiming in saying, good luck, boys. Tro, evening all. Great car track combo. Unleash the yellow beast. JR Sim says, Disco McDisco Face. Have a good show, Kenbo. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we are green, and Nikki gets a great start off the front. 3 wide as they come down towards turn 1, ladies and gentlemen. Here they come. Let's go give you the track. We'll give you the map here, ladies and gentlemen, to see what these guys are all up to. Nicky way out wide as he tries to get in behind Andy there and try to get some space on Andy. Let's go back through the field here and see what these guys behind them are doing. Let's go trackside, ladies and gentlemen. I messed that all up on that entrance. As they come down through El Rouge, let's see what these guys are up to through El Rouge. Right along with RDJ getting way out wide. Is he able to hold it? Yes, oh, he's able to hit the wall, ladies and gentlemen, but somebody goes flying around back, all the way in the back. That might be Amber Cuey. Now, Amber Cuey's still coming up. Don't know what happened there, but, man, we got a ton of action and ton of carnage coming up the hill out of El Rouge. These guys need to figure it out. Side-by-side action as Johnny and Andy are battling it out here, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely great racing here as these guys come up down towards turn 10 here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Johnny out in front. Dan Butt Mortuis has pulled out to almost a 2-second lead already right now. Johnny, Andy, NRP, and now Lion's Foot. These guys are the top 4 guys behind them, behind Dan Butt Mortuis right now. As you see Andy go way out wide, come back in front of Nicky. You see Nicky's going to have to try to go to the inside, side by side, as they come down here through turn 12, ladies and gentlemen. And side by side, they still won't lead each other alone. We got right now keeping an eye on NRP and that blue and orange, I guess, number 38, Andy in that yellow car wants to JR chiming in on the stream saying, unleash that yellow beast, Andy. He must see something special in you. And you see we got somebody spinning off in the background there. Evan going for a spin around in the background. He's got to be careful. These guys are coming behind him here. We got Aussie and Smithy now side by side as these guys come around turn 16 right now. Looks like he gets out around him, and now Smithy, where's Smithy at right now? Smithy, the 9th place, also into that purple, number 25. Smithy, late arrival on the track. I guess he must have replaced Not sure he replaced. We'll sort it all out here. Smithy coming in 9th place right now. Let's go back up and see what Andy's up to. Andy's still currently fighting off NRP as they come out of the chicane for the first lap. 17 minutes and 40 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 1 is complete in our sprint race here. TNL 21 here at Spa with the Renault RS01 trophies, ladies and gentlemen. The top 4 guys are still within sight of each other. We see Lionsfoot now coming around the picture. Ubar now coming around turn 2 or turn 1. Olimar in behind him. You see him go through. Evan in the purple. And you got Smithy now behind him and Aussie. And this looks like a battle that might be shipping up. Amber Curie Andrew going out of the frame there. And then it's about 5 seconds back to Old Smoky, RDJ, Tuggy Bear, and Dark Ninja round out the top field. Let's go back here and see what Andy's up to. You know he's got a fan out here. Let's get rid of the interface here. Andy in that yellow car chasing Johnny, and you got NRP right behind him, and you got Lionsfoot in behind him right now. It's got the map up on the screen so you guys can see where they're coming through right now. Currently coming through turn 7, 8, 9, and down around this right sharp right-hander, which is turn 10, ladies and gentlemen. Turn 10. The Bruxelles is what it says. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't speak any kind of French at all other than French fries and baguettes. So if I am offensive to the French language, I'm sorry. But Bruxelles is what it says here. Turn 11 as they come down towards turn 12, ladies and gentlemen. Still in the line right now. Keeping an eye on Andy now. A little separation between him and NRP, and Johnny out in front of him. NRP in that blue and cream-colored car in behind him. Losing a little bit of time, but NRP now under pressure by Lionsfoot. Let's see what Lionsfoot can do with NRP right now as they come through the campus right now through 13, 14, and 15, ladies and gentlemen. Nick, you're doing a good job holding off Lionsfoot. These guys are going to start to settle down here a little bit. 16 minutes remain in this session. 2 laps have gone by so far, and we are at Spa, ladies and gentlemen. Spa Francorchamps with the Renault RS01 trophy series here. A little more powerful than the GT3, a little more stable than the GT3, but this car originally, like we said in the intro, originally was built just for this class, the RS01 trophy class, just by itself, but they realized its tendencies in the GT3, so they moved it up to the GT3 side by side as they come out of the final corner. It looks like Scotty able to take that position away from NRP, but NRP fighting back as they come across the line and keeping an eye on this battle. If you look on the left here, ladies and gentlemen, 2nd and 3rd place, I am keeping an eye on them timings. Looks like Johnny was able to step out a little bit from Andy, but now this battle right now between Lionsfoot and NRP is raging on as we see NRP lose a spot to Lionsfoot. Lionsfoot up to 4th place now, doing a great job. 15 minutes, 5 minutes have gone out of this session. 15 minutes remain, ladies and gentlemen. We have 1/4 way through this race is our 21 edition of Thursday Night Lights. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for all the comments. So like you said, the yellow car had all 4 tires over the white line. Black flag. Yeah, well, I get the penalties on this time for Lecky. There's just a little too many places to cut the track here. So let's take a look at the penalties and see what we have here. Right now, nobody's got any penalties right now. So the game is in charge of handing out the penalties. Looks like it may be a drive-through. Not sure. We go down through the list here, ladies and gentlemen. Not sure. I don't see it on. I heard reports of a drive-through, so we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, okay. Tuggy Bear has got a drive-through. Let's see. Tuggy Bear has got a drive-through, so reports on the track. Andy currently in 2nd place right now. What happened to Johnny? Johnny up to 1st. Where's Dan Mortress? What happened to Dan? We missed all that action in the lead. Let's see where Dan shuffled back to 5th place. He must have spun it now behind Lionsfoot. And as I was checking those timings, ladies and gentlemen, NRP able to take that position back away from Lionsfoot. We missed that action now. And Dan Mortress, our pole setter and our race leader, now shuffled back to 5th place, 5 seconds behind these guys. What is happening? Andy WFC now has Johnny under fire as these guys come up through turns 17 and 18 here, headed down towards the chicane. This tricky section right here, you can be full out throttle through there. You got to turn it in there a little wide as they come down a turn 19 to 20 through the chicane. It's very, very hard braking zone. You can lock the tires up and get wide. You can mess your entrance up, but Andy doing a fantastic job harassing Johnny right now. We're going to keep an eye on this battle right now as JR may be getting his wish granted as Andy is unleashing that yellow beast hard on the brakes around turn 1, ladies and gentlemen, chasing down Johnny. Andy WFC in that yellow Renault RS01 Trophy Edition chasing down Johnny as they come down around turn 2, down towards Eau Rouge. 3, 4, and 5. Tricky section, very, very famous turn in the racetrack. Probably the most famous turn of all in any racetrack. There's been so many crashes, so many great overtakes, so much history on this racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. Currently, this lead right now, you see the top 6 guys are all within the frame. You see Johnny right now keeping an eye on this battle for Andy. Let's go back here and see what Dan Mortuis is up to. See if he can do anything with NRP and Scotty in front of him. Lion's Foot right now, right along. Let's go to the chase cam here, see if we can get a little better angle and see what Dan Mortuis. Looks like he's losing a little bit of time to NRP and Lion's Foot. Looks like he's currently 3 seconds now off the lead. Made up 2 seconds right there. Made up 2 seconds. JR Sims Racing. Andy is quick in Sector 2. Yes, he is. Take a look at that timing right now. Sector 2 right now. Andy setting the time. Let's see where Andy's at in the timings right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go up to the lead. Currently right now, Andy at 42.5 in Sector 2. That's what he was running. So good all around. Good eye by JR right now. Let's go back up here and see what these leaders are up to. Andy's still harassing Johnny right now. Lion's Foot still on the back of NRP. And let's go back here through the field and see what these guys are up to. Aussie now on the back of Olimar. Olimar out of school on a break here for a couple weeks. We've seen him before first season of our 2020 season 1 here. He just went back to school. Now the season's over. He's back here in the break season. Good to have him on board here Thursday Night Lights. It's Olimar in that yellow car in front of Aussie. Currently, we're following Aussie right now. Back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. Still keeping an eye on this battle right here. See Andy currently falling off the pace, about 1 second off, and now we see Aussie making a move to the inside as they come through the chicane and getting around Olimar. Olimar struggling right now. Olimar having a hard time with this car track combo as we're coming on the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 5, the halfway point. Almost 10 minutes remain in this section right now. Keeping an eye on this battle. Let's go up here and see what Lion's Foot's up to. These guys come up the Kennel Straight, up around turn 6, see if they can get everything. This is an elevation part of the track. This is all uphill. Now turn that speedometer on so you can see the amount of times they're making here. 172 miles per hour before he's got to get on the brakes right now. Making up a little bit of time right now. Keeping an eye on, I'm sorry, that was Lion's Foot. Keeping an eye on Lion's Foot, chasing down NRP. Let's go back here and see what Smithy is up to right now. Smithy going around again. Commentator's cars coming out of Eau Rouge. Collects Aussie with them. Heard a little bit of grunts on the track here. Wanted to go back and see what was happening. Go back to the lead here. Andy now coming down the hill towards turn 12. See if he can do anything right now with Johnny as these guys are over the halfway point. 9 minutes and 40 seconds remain in this session, ladies and gentlemen, of our 20-minute sprint race. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all your comments. If you want to get involved in what we're doing, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. That'll get you your ticket to some of the cleanest, fastest sim racing on the PlayStation Network for Project Cars 2. Currently, that's what we're running, Project Cars 2. And oh no, we see Andy go around. Unfortunate for him. Where's NRP in this? NRP gets through. Lion's Foot coming through. Ubar coming around the corner. Needs to be wary that Andy had just spun out. Andy is just getting going. Ubar's going to go to the outside of him. Ubar gets around. And where's Dan Mortuis now? Dan Mortuis is now coming up to the scene. Looks like Andy is now getting it going. Unfortunate for Andy. Oh, that stinks so bad for him. Had a great opportunity to get a podium finish here with less than halfway to go around this sprint race here. Bottles it up and gets sideways. Now he's under pressure by our pole sitter, Dan Mortuis right now, and our Flying Dutchman now up to 4th place. Ubar currently up to 4th place, setting a good pace right now to 2:15.7. But our leaders are setting there out of the park, ladies and gentlemen, right now at a 2:13.5 and a 2:13.9 currently being set by our leaders. Lion's Foot 2:14.5, so he's almost a second off of Johnny right now. Almost identical time, almost a second though off of him. Got Ubar running a 2:15.7, so he's slow right now. And you see Andy right now fighting off Dan Mortuis. Dan Mortuis running at a 2:14.0. So Dan still running fast as he catches the slipstream. And these guys are going to be on Ubar like white on rice as they come up to turns 7, 8, 9, ladies and gentlemen. Ubar doing a good job fending these guys off. They got to be careful as these cars are starting to lose a little bit of traction. You can see the tires are still a little bit blue. Track temperature 94 degrees Fahrenheit. The outside temperature is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. September 2nd is the date, ladies and gentlemen. It is a nice fall afternoon here in Belgium. So these guys are having a great time here at Spa. 7 minutes and 28 seconds remain in the session. Keeping an eye on this battle right now. Andy now, let's see if he can do anything with our Flying Dutchman, Ubar. Ubar currently in 4th place. Lead coordinator of the LMP2 series, Ubar is. Had a great successful season this year. Looking forward to another one next year. Right now trying to fend off Andy, WFC. And this is for 4th place, ladies and gentlemen. Ubar has it. Andy wants it. And Dan Butt-Mortris is now on the scene. We can hear his car in the background. And these three guys are battling for this 4th position right now. We got Lions Foot and NRP currently NRP is currently 3 seconds behind Johnny, and Lions Foot is about 5 seconds behind Johnny here. Let's go to the track side here and get a little view of what's going on track right now as we take a look at Lions Foot. Coming up on the back of NRP, you can hear NRP leaving the picture. You can see him going out of the frame there, coming out of the final chicane. Turn 20, winding it back up, trying to get rid of Lions Foot. Now we got Andy and Ubar. What are these guys up to? And Dan Butt-Mortris. These guys all coming out of the final corner, still all lined up. Still, you can throw a blanket over the three of these guys as these guys are still racing hard. 3/4 way through, ladies and gentlemen. 3/4 way through this session. 6 minutes remain. Little bit of love tap there to Andy by Ubar, and Ubar is going to have to get off the brakes there as he goes a little bit wide out through that corner, and Dan Butt-Mortris able to take the position away. Ubar now going back to 6th position. He's got to try to regroup as they come through a rouge here. 3, 4, and 5. Both of these guys looking good. Andy, you can hear him off the throttle a little bit, which is going to allow Dan to catch up to the back end on the in the slipstream right now. Ubar is probably still in that slipstream as well. You can see these three guys, 4th, 5th, and 6th place. This is the action on track, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the battle is happening right now. Keeping an eye on our Flying Dutchman. Jeff Sharp chiming in saying, unlucky Andel, that curb is horrible. Yes, it is, man. I see you next time. Flecky says, I'm out. See you next time to call black flags. Yeah, we have the rules on here, so Disco McDisco faces. Good evening, all. So good to have him on here. So Ubar on track tonight. Andy and Dan still in this battle right now. Thank you guys for all your comments on the stream. Thank you guys for all your support and chiming in. This is our 21st edition of Thursday Night Lights as we have 5 minutes left in this session, 3/4 way through like I mentioned earlier. Keeping an eye on this battle right now between Dan Butt-Mortris and Andy. Andy in that yellow Renault, Dan in that green Renault, and Ubar right now. You can see him falling off the pace a little bit behind these guys. These guys are currently sitting 13 and 14 seconds off of the lead pace right now. Dan Butt-Mortris set a blistering lap in the qualifying session, but I must have had a spin. Notorious, there's a notorious spots on this track to have a spin, so we missed that action. Seen him get shuffled back to 5th place, and these guys are going to start on our second race. 4:20 to go, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this session. I always have to call that out. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you'll get it someday, I promise. I don't encourage any of that, but it is my call sign, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping an eye on the action here on the track. I want to give a shout out to everybody, like I said, on the stream. If you guys want to get involved in what we're doing, www.RubbingsRacing.co.uk. That'll get you your ticket to some of the cleanest, fastest sim racing for the project, for the PlayStation Network and Project Cars 2, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this session. Still battles are raging on here. What's Ollie up to right now? Ollie now all over the back of, is that Amber QE? Yes, Amber QE. Andrew doing a great job. It snuck up into 7th place there. Let's see what this battle is going to entail right here as they come around turn 2, down the hill, making all the horsepower they can, using gravity as their ally right now. Coming through a rouge, you see Amber QE Andrew doing a great job fending off Olimar. Olimar going way out wide. Let's take a look at the penalties here and see what we have going on here right now. We have Johnny with a 1-second penalty, and all these guys look like they're behaving pretty well. And we have Dark Ninja with a 10-second penalty. So all these top guys, there's only 1-second penalty right now, and NRP has to be thinking about that 1-second penalty currently. He needs to make up a little bit of time. Nope, I don't want to do that. currently NRP needs to make up a little bit of time on Johnny, currently sitting 2.6 seconds back. If he can close that gap a little bit, he might be able to come away with a victory tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to keep an eye on that battle. Let's see what Andy and our Flying Dutchman are up to. Ubar getting back out around Andy. Andy having a difficult time with this car right now. Not sure what's happening with him. Falling back through the pack a little bit. Let's go to the interface here. We just watch these two guys race here. Huge shout out to Slightly Mad Studios for the camera angles and for the visuals that we have here on this game. Can't say thank you enough for what you guys have provided for us, and we're trying to make the absolute best of it as we keep an eye on Ubar, our 45-year-old from the Netherlands, and our 22-year-old from the UK. These two, 20-year difference, and right now they're only separated by about 0.5 of a second, by about half a second on the track. So the age difference is massive, but the time difference is not. Very minuscule as these guys come around turn 18 and head up towards the chicane area of the track. Turns 19 and 20. Andy hard on the brakes. You can see him now all over the back of our Flying Dutchman, Ubar. And who's that out in front of him? Dan Budmorch is crossing the finish line. Looks like Ubar and Andy are going to come up on some lap traffic here, I think. That may have been Dan leaving the picture. Oh, no. Somebody did go around there. Looks like it may have been Dark Ninja getting out of the way as this battle rages on, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this session. These guys got to use up everything they have right now as this race continues to unfold, ladies and gentlemen. I want to remind the drivers that the cool down lap is on, so if you guys want to try to avoid each other after the race, I do have the cool down lap on. That is a standard in my lobby. I'm trying to remind everybody, so just act accordingly after the race. Keeping an eye on the battle here. Ubar fending off Andy. We didn't see anybody shoot in for Ubar tonight. I don't know if he sent out the message. We normally have Ubar's faithful chiming in, but Ubar, you got to send out a message. You got to say, hey guys, I'm on track tonight. Oh, what happened to Andy? Andy gets wide. I was checking the stream there, and that allows Amber QE Andrew to come up behind Andy and see if he can do. Oh no, that was not Amber QE. I'm sorry, that was another white car. Andy falling apart in the finishing stages of this race. Let's go up here and see what Johnny's doing. Where is Johnny at on the track right now? Johnny currently coming around turn 12, headed down towards, or no, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, coming down around third Stavelot, I guess. 15, 16 here, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny, looks like this may be the last time by for Johnny. 18 seconds remaining in the session here, ladies and gentlemen. Took control at about lap 2 or lap 3 when Dan Budmorch started going backwards, and Dan's now currently back to 4th place. Johnny doing an absolutely fantastic job. This is going to be the final time, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Johnny, barring any major incidences here. Coming out of turn 20, the final chicane, the final time. Johnny coming across the line right now, lap 9, so it's going to be an 18-lap feature race, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the race. Johnny coming across first, and NRP not able to make that time up, still 3 seconds back, coming across second, and what a fantastic job by Lionsfoot tonight, coming across 3rd place. Good to see him up in the front of the pack after that GT5 season. Dan Budmorch started on the pole, coming across in 4th place, and Ubar, Flying Dutchman, doing a fantastic job holding off Andy WFC, coming across the line in 5th. Andy coming across in 6th right now. Amber QE Andrew, a South African, living in Ireland right now, coming across 7th. Good to have him on track. Olimar needs to do something a little different in the feature race, coming across 8th. We have Aussie now. Where's Aussie at on track? Aussie coming through the final chicane, not having a good go at it. Was pretty happy with his setup, but looks like he got caught up in a spin there once or twice. Going to have to regroup here for the big race here. RDJ coming in right now. Is coming up the cross on the back of the field. Good to have him on board tonight. Been racing with him recently here. He's doing a lot of racing today, and good to have him on board tonight here. Evan, where's Evan at? Evan's currently behind RDJ. Tuggy Bear with that drive-through penalty. Looks like he's about a lap down, maybe. I'm not sure where he's at. He's coming in through the back here. Old Smokey looks like he's coming out of the final chicane, or coming around turn 1. And Dark Ninja rounding out the field, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys are going to regroup. We're going to get it all together here. Everybody coming up to congratulate Johnny on a big win. NRP, we're keeping an eye on him. And thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for all your comments. Jeff Sharp coming in saying, great drives from Nikki and Scotty. That was impressive driving by those two, but not as impressive as our winner, Johnny 200696. Congratulations on our sprint race for Thursday Night Light 21st edition here. I'm going to take a few photos, give these guys about 5 or 6 minutes to stretch their legs, get a drink, take a smoke, get some nicotine, and do whatever they got to do, and we will be back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Kane for the final time. Lined up side by side. These guys are hungry and anxious. We can see Johnny all the way in the back of the field. We know he's going to be chomping at the bit. As you see him fake the right-hander and then the left-hander. We're going to keep an eye on Johnny all the way in the back and see what he's up to. Where's Johnny at right now? Johnny now coming out of the chicane for the final time. And anytime Dark Ninja can go, and he is gone. Dark Ninja put the hammer down, and we are green, ladies and gentlemen. 18 laps and 19 laps in this session right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here we come down to turn 1. Let's take a look through the field here and make sure everybody gets through here. A little bit of contact being made there. Somebody gets a little sideways. I was trying to get a little better review, but everybody gets through there. And what a spectacular view as these guys motor down the hill towards Rouge. Dark Ninja leading these guys out. Finished last in the sprint race, starting out front in this clean air. Let's see what he can do out front as we see Old Smokey getting way outride. Good news from the camp of Old Smokey. Old Smokey said this is his last week officially, if it goes his way. Last week on playing on a controller. He's super excited about getting Will as we see somebody being forced off there. Who is that? Looks like RDJ being pushed a little wide as these guys all come through the corner. Taking a look at Andy. Andy up to 5th place. Where is Johnny at? Johnny currently in last place right now. Not sure what's going on. Oh, we got an absolute disastrous mess here. Hopefully these guys don't get penalties here for trying to go around these guys. It's the only bad thing about these penalties, guys. It's the only bad thing about it. Let's go back up to the front and see what Evan's up to. Evan doing a fantastic job now, holding off 2nd place, but Aussie Albie, our resident how do you say? What do the people call it? Not a Ukrainian. What do you guys call it? The UKans? I don't know. Our resident UK driver living in the UK from us, the Brits. That's what it is, the Brits. I don't know. I don't want to make anybody mad. I know things are a little tense on that side of the pond. I don't want to get involved. So, Aussie Albie living in the UK from Australia. Currently doing a great job right now, running in 3rd place right now. Dark Ninja, lap 2, leading this entire lap around there. Doing a great job, man. Look at Dark Ninja. Rooting for him right now. I'm biggest fan right now. And that 33, silver, gold, and green RS01 being chased by Evan, Austin, and Andy up to 4th place. Andy doing a great job. Let's get back through the field here and see what Dan Butt-Mortris, our pole sitter for the sprint race right now. Dan Butt-Mortris up to 7th place. And where's Johnny at in all this mess? Johnny currently 8 seconds behind everybody right now in 11th place. I'm going to keep an eye on this battle right here, ladies and gentlemen, as Johnny now is going to try to pick off Ubar and NRP. You can see them guys going out of the frame to your left there right now. Dan Butt-Mortris doing a great job trying to catch up with these guys as they come across the line, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 3 out of 19. A long race here. Going to go into the evening hours. Track temperatures 94 degrees Fahrenheit. Ambient temperature outside is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Medium cloud, light clouds, and a little bit of sunshine in the forecast for today, ladies and gentlemen. So, spectacular racing conditions. What is NRP doing back here as he gets around? Looks like it's Olimar. NRP making a great move coming through a Rouge, coming up to the top of the hill now, up the Kemmel Straight around turn 6 here. Final turn 6, going to try to make all this horsepower they're doing. And what is Aussie up to now? What happened to Dark Ninja? Oh no, Dark Ninja going backwards to 7th place. Didn't see what happened there, but Evan inherits the lead now as Aussie now on his heels. Andy, WFC, we heard JR rooting for him in the sprint race. Maybe he got it put together here for the feature race tonight in our 21st edition of Thursday Night Lights at Spa in the Renault RS01 Trophy, ladies and gentlemen. Andy doing a good job. RDJ currently in 4th place. Good to have him on track tonight. And we got a battle heating up behind him right now. As you see Dan Butt-Mortris in that green and white Renault chasing down Lionsfoot. Lionsfoot had a great top 3 finish in that first sprint race there. Really good to see him up on track. Lionsfoot is a staple in the GT5 series. If you guys tune into the GT5 series, you see him riding around. Had a pretty good season this year. Finished respectively well within the top 10. I think top 5. We see somebody go around there. Boy, they got to be careful coming back on the track like that. You guys got to be aware of what's around you as these guys come around the corner there. Let's go see what Andy's up to right now. Andy all over the back of Aussie Albie. And what happened in the front now? Aussie inherits the lead And what happened to who was leading there? I see Evan was out front, and Evan goes backwards. Maybe Evan took a pit. We're not sure what happened here. Yeah, we got somebody in the pits. Oh no, that's me right now. So Aussie fending off Andy right now as they come through the final chicane, ladies and gentlemen. Coming across the line for lap 4, and now RDJ in this mess. Where is Johnny? Johnny 5 seconds, 6 seconds now behind these guys, up in 7th place. We're going to keep an eye on that battle, but right now this is the battle for the lead as they come around turn 1. Aussie Albie doing a great job holding off Andy and Mr. Silverstone himself and RP. And we see this battle behind them. You see these guys coming down the hill. Let's go back here and see what these 3 suspects are up to. Lionsfoot, NRP, and Dan Button-Mortuous. Lionsfoot in that yellow car, NRP in the blue and orange car, and Dan Button-Mortuous in that green car. Now Dan, oh, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was a great battle. I went to take away this interface. Dan Button-Mortuous now taking the position away from NRP. Up to 4th place, ladies and gentlemen. This is 4th, 5th, and 6th place. You can see the leaders in front of them, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And now looks like NRP thought about going to the inside of Dan. And not going to be able to make the move happen as they come through turn 7, 8, 9. Les Combs down towards turn 10. The Bruxelles, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the Bruxelles. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm sure. I know French have a bunch of invisible letters that we like to say here, like Bombardier. It's not a Bombardier, it's a Bombardier. I found that out later in life, ladies and gentlemen. So keeping an eye on this. Dan Button-Mortuous out in front of NRP and also out in front of Lionsfoot right now. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You can see 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in the bottom of the frame. Aussie doing a great job holding off Andy right now. So he's putting a little bit of separation between him and Andy. Almost a second separate these two, and then it's a 1.5 seconds back to RDJ. But RDJ is just kind of sitting back here, just kind of minding his own business here, trying to see what, study Andy's line and see what he's going to be up to here. Let's go to the bumper cam of RDJ and see what he's seeing here as he chases, or I'm sorry, this is Andy. As we see him chasing down Aussie Albie. Great low view here to the track as we're riding around right now. Now we're on board with RDJ, and you can see Aussie Albie and Andy now in front of these guys. Let's go back here and see what we see the battle now on track between Lionsfoot, NRP, and Dan. That battle is heating up. You can see him get way wide there, hard on this braking zone. You can see him hard on the brakes all the way up, down through the gears, all the way down to 2nd gear. Elects to take 1st gear now through the exit of the chicane, riding along with him as we see RDJ not being able to make up too much time on Andy, but doing a good lap here. Let's go back to the track, ladies and gentlemen, and see what these guys are up to. NRP now still behind Dan Button-Mortuous. And who's that coming into the picture, ladies and gentlemen? 7th place, 5 seconds off of the lead, making up time like crazy. That number 23, black, yellow, and white RS01 of Johnny, our sprint race winner, climbing up through the ranks here. Now about 6 seconds back, so he's setting an equal time to these guys, keeping an eye on the pits. Nobody looks like they have elected to pit, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 5 out of 19. Oh, and somebody bites it hard into the wall there. Looks like Ollie goes into the wall. Hope he's okay. And what a great view. That was an awesome view there. Got to be careful coming back on track, Ollie. You have to be careful coming back on track as Tuggy Bear wisely goes out around him. Ollie has to be careful coming back on track. I don't know if he did or not, but he's still got to watch the mini-map. NRP, where's NRP at right now? NRP to 5th place. Oh, no! Trouble for Dan Button-Mortuous as he goes around. What has happened with Dan? Dan gets it going in the other direction again, but goes backwards. 9 seconds off of the lead. Back to 7th place. Johnny gets around him. Johnny still maintaining. And what's going on with RDJ now? RDJ coming out of turn 11, getting a little loose into the grass now, which allows Johnny to get up to 5th place, still closing in now. 5.6 seconds, able to make up about 0.4 of a second so far in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 5 out of 18. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are at Spa with the Renault RS01 Trophy class, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping an eye on this battle right now between Johnny, Lionsfoot, and RDJ. All these guys are doing a great job. RDJ going back through the field a little bit. Seeing him get a little loose. Big shaker, though. Big noise right now is Johnny. Johnny coming up through the field, still gaining time on these guys. You can see he put about 0.2 of a second, and the times are going to fluctuate in here. The leaders are slowing down, and the guys behind them are going faster. But you see the average right now is about 5.6. 5.7 compared to what it was to that 6.2, so currently making up a lot of time. Let's see what Andy's doing up here. with our leader, Aussie Albie, doing a great job as they come across the line. Lap 6, ladies and gentlemen. You see the map on the right side of the screen. Hard on the brakes as they come into turn 1 towards the start down the hill, using gravity as their ally to get as much horsepower as they possibly can out of these Renaults, ladies and gentlemen. That's first and second going by right there. Where is third, fourth, and fifth? You see these guys, and sixth now. RDJ in this battle. You got the fourth, fifth, sixth, or third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place, all within striking distance. Watching RDJ come through El Rouge, and all these guys. Oh, we got a tree in the way. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe somebody. Yeah, that was a strange camera angle. Not sure what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that angle. Out of my control. Right now, Lionsfoot taking that third position away now to NRP. Great job by Lionsfoot, but NRP takes a sneak to the inside, takes that position away from Lionsfoot. We have Johnny now coming into the picture in fifth place, and RDJ, we got reports from the track that Lionsfoot has a slowdown, or had a slowdown. Let's go to the timings here and see what these guys are up to right now. Currently, RDJ has a 2-second penalty, and Dan Butt Mortuary is currently serving a 1-second penalty, so got to keep an eye on these. It's going to happen one of these times. I swear to God, it's going to happen. I know it. I'm going to exit out of this game, so I don't like to go to that timings map. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, back to the action here. Lionsfoot currently in fourth place now. NRP takes the position away from him, as you've seen that action on track, ladies and gentlemen. Got the speedometer up there. You can see the gears. You can see the speeds he's going around. All these speeds are in miles per hour. So if you don't have your miles per hour calculator out, go ahead to Google and download KP or kilometers per hour to miles per hour. It'll give you the correct calculations if you're interested in that sort of geeky stuff right now. Johnny now up to fourth place. Johnny doing a great job. 6.9 seconds. Losing a little bit of time to the leaders. And Aussie Albie, our resident British driver from the Australia, from the land down and under, setting the pace right now. 1.5 seconds out in front of these guys. Got on board with Thursday Night Lights a few weeks ago. He's been hooked ever since. He said he really loves racing with these guys and enjoys it. Andy into the pits. Let's keep an eye on Andy. Gotta hit the pit wall there, Andy. I don't know what's going on there. Andy's going into the pits. Let's see what he's going to do here. Keep an eye on him. We have Ubar, Flying Dutchman, also into the pits. So first two guys electing to take their pits at lap 7, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 7 out of 18. We have our lap 7 out of 19. Lap 7 out of 19. Andy goes in. It's a quick dash and go, ladies and gentlemen. That couldn't have been no more than about 0.8 of a second. Fantastic pit stop by Andy WFC as he comes out of the pits now in 8th place. Let's go up here and see what Lionsfoot's up to. Looks like NRP was able to get out in front of Johnny now by about 2 seconds, 1.52 seconds, and Lionsfoot now all over the back of Johnny as this battle starts to heat up here. You see Andy getting around Evan on the leaderboard there. See him going up to 8th place right now. Keeping an eye on this battle as these guys come out of turn 9, headed down the hill towards turn 10 is this tricky downhill section here. As you guys coming down the hill, they got to be on the brakes, so a lot of that suspension loads up, which can lead to a lot of understeer on these cars. These cars are understeery as it is, but when you add all that extra weight and them springs getting real stiff and compressing, it adds an awful lot of understeer to these cars here. So these guys are going to have to be tender to the throttle and easy on the brakes to keep these cars in a straight line here. Let's go to the roof camera right now with Lionsfoot right now, currently running in 4th place as you see him come through turns 13 and 14 at campus right now, coming down to turn 15 Stavelot and down out around turn 16 right now. Lionsfoot doing a good job staying on, keeping Johnny in sight, but Johnny started from the rear of this field and now all the way up to 4th place, but it doesn't look like he's making any progress on the leaders right now as he's 7 seconds falling off the pace right now, 7 seconds behind what the leaders are doing. Aussie currently sitting at 214.7 to Johnny's 216.05. So currently Aussie's running about 2 seconds faster. 2 seconds faster. All right, Turkish said he just missed out, but he's a spectator. Oh man, sorry to hear that. All right, Turkish, I tried to wait as long as I could. These guys got ready and chimed up. I tried to get you in here. We got Aussie now. We got Aussie into the pits and Lionsfoot now into the pits. Looks like NRP is going to inherit the lead as we ride on board with him. Ladies and gentlemen, coming down the hill through a rouge, up over the hill, turns 3, 4, and 5. You see him get a little bit wide, but managed to keep it inside here as we come up the Kemmel Straight. This is what they call this in Belgium, ladies and gentlemen. This is a long uphill section. You see him in 7th gear, almost on the rev limiter, trying to get everything he can. Temperature looks pretty good, 220 degrees Fahrenheit in his engine temperature there. So it looks like all systems are operational in NRP's car, but we can hear Johnny now all over the back, and let's go to this battle. Let's go to the cockpit here and ride along with Johnny. Johnny gets a little bit loose and goes to the outside, up to 2nd place. Neither of these guys have pitted yet. Our leaders have pitted. These guys were sitting about 7 seconds, or Johnny was sitting about 7 seconds behind the leader. Not sure where NRP was, but we're riding along right now with Johnny as he comes out of turn 12, down the hill towards turn 12 here, ladies and gentlemen. That was turn 11, turn 12, as he comes around turn 12 and down towards this chicane right now. Campus turns 13, 14, and 15. This is a pretty technical section of the track under the bridge here. You see him chasing NRP. NRP doing a good job. NRP, 33 years old. You guys know him. You love him. From Silverstone. He's got a lot of fans out there rooting for him, so good to see him in the lead right now. Not sure if he's going to be able to maintain that. He's going to have an absolutely spectacular pit stop to match what Andy WFC did right there. Keeping an eye on this battle, ladies and gentlemen. This is courtesy of Johnny as he's riding along with, we're riding behind NRP as these guys come up through turn 17, out around turn 18 right now. Oh, I'm sorry, this is turn 17. This is turn 18. As they come on this hard braking zone, hard on the brakes here, all the way out to the curb, to the inside, then all the way to the outside. Looks like Nicky's going to take the pit, and Johnny to the lead. Let's keep an eye on this pit here, what Nicky's going to do. We've seen Andy's pit was spectacularly fast. It's actually insanely fast. So, Andy chiming in the halftime share. He says, I will bounce back in the feature. He's learned from his mistakes. So Andy chiming in, one of our drivers, keeping an eye on Andy. And wow, NRP also having a fantacular, I just made it up, a fantacular pit stop, ladies and gentlemen. And now we have him coming out of the pit lane right now. Let's see what Amber Cuey's up to. Amber Cuey currently on the back of Tuggy Bear. Tuggy Bear, one of our marshals here. It looks like Amber Cuey sliding off of the track a little bit, able to get it together here. Tuggy Bear into the pits. A lot of these guys are starting to cycle through the pits. Let's ride along with Evan here as Evan's coming into the pit stall. Let's see what kind of pit stops these guys can get. We've seen two really fantastic pit stops tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As Evan comes in, they put the sign down, he stops. Looks like he's going to be in there for a little bit of extended period of time, and it looks like he may be taking a little bit of fuel. Not sure. The sign is up. It looks like he's going to get blocked in by Tuggy Bear as we see Tuggy Bear come around Amber and they're Evan, and Evan now out of the pits. Let's go see what NRP's up to. NRP on the back of Aussie, and this is a battle heating up here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go trackside as we watch these guys come around turn 10. Out of turn 10 towards turn 11 here. Another downhill tricky section here. And oh no, who gets wide up front? Is that Aussie? Aussie gets wide coming out of turn 11. Hits the wall, allows NRP to go back out around him. This is all taken place 21 seconds behind the leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny has inherited the lead, and that was RDJ up front. That wasn't NRP. I apologize for that. That was RDJ. I thought that was NRP, so my mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get a little bit arrogant and go by the car colors, and I try to get rid of this interface as much as I can, and it was a shame on me. So I got a sidetrack there. That was RDJ out front. NRP has been into the pit, so NRP back out in fourth place. RDJ currently up to second place, and Johnny now into the pits. Let's see what Johnny's going to do in the pits. Let's watch Andy right now. Andy's 13 seconds. You see the time gap on the left. See that time gap closing, and I don't know if Johnny is going to be able to get out in time. Let's see. Let's keep an eye on this battle. They got him in. They got him up on the jacks, and it doesn't look like it's going to be very good. And Andy right now coming across the start-finish line, going to inherit the lead. Let's see where Johnny's at. Johnny now is down off of the jacks, and let's see where Andy is coming out of turn 1. Looks like he's going to be a little bit in front of Johnny. Yes, and right now NRP coming around turn 1 as well. Johnny's going to come in behind these guys in third place. Aussie going by. Now Lionsfoot going to go in line behind Johnny, and this is going to shape up to be an absolutely great race. 9 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 10 out of 19 laps complete as the laps are starting to wind down. Temperature 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperature, the outside temperature is going up a little bit there. 75 degrees Fahrenheit as the sun is out here. And I'm not sure where our cars went. The camera decided to go into the woods there. Maybe there was a deer or something in there we needed to watch out for. Aussie now up to 4th. NRP to 3rd. Johnny and Lionsfoot, or I'm sorry, we're keeping an eye on this battle right now. Lionsfoot in 6th. Johnny in 5th. And Aussie right now in 4th place. Let's go up here. I'm tired of that camera angle. RDJ doing a great job out front. 7 seconds out in front by himself, but we know he is going to lose that lead as Andy is like a heat-seeking missile right now. Had a fantastic pit stop right now, and he is 3 seconds out in front of NRP, and Andy's in 2nd place. NRP's in 3rd place currently, 3 seconds out in front of Andy. RDJ has not taken his pit stop yet, so once he comes into the pit, the leaders are going to come around him, and right now it looks like it's going to be Andy, NRP, Aussie, Johnny, and Lionsfoot. And this battle right now between Johnny and Aussie, this is a great battle. Let's go to the bumper here and get some close action. Great view here as we see these guys come through turns. Come down to turn 15. You see him on the brakes, see him coming around, a little bit of sun glare on the camera, inhibiting Aussie's view here, or who are we riding along with? Johnny, inhibiting Johnny's view. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny on the back of Aussie Albie as these guys are fighting for position right now. This is for 4th place. Aussie has 4th place. Johnny in 5th place, starting from the back of the pack, ladies and gentlemen. We know the leader has not pitted, so, and look right now, look what's going to happen. Let's go trackside and see what's going to happen as this move transpires. Johnny takes the position away from Aussie, and now Aussie takes it, go back to 5th place, gets a little loose coming out of that corner, and that's unfortunate for Aussie as we go on board now with Aussie Albie. Take a customary ride along with Albie, coming across the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. 20 turns in this track, coming around turn 1, coming down the hill, ladies and gentlemen. La Source was that turn, around turn 2. This little right-hander's turn 2, coming down. You see the famous El Rouge in the background. Turn 3, 4, and 5 as you see Aussie come through here. Great, off the throttle a little bit, back on the throttle as much as he can as he's coming uphill, and you see Johnny just walking away from him as he had to get off the throttle a little bit through El Rouge. Coming up the Kennel Straight right towards turn 7, 8, and 9, which is Les Combs. Right now, hard on this brake. Make this right-hander into turn 7, back left to turn 8, and then back around here to turn 9, ladies and gentlemen. Very tricky section, kind of like a triple chicane. And then coming down the hill, we talked about it earlier, hard on these brakes. Your suspension is compressing, gives you a little bit of oversteer. And you can see you need to be on the throttle. You see him feathering the throttle, doing a great job, ladies and gentlemen. Now coming down to turn 11, another downhill section. It's all downhill from here, ladies and gentlemen. As you go back up through the gears, kind of get it out to the curb as much as you can as you come down through 212 Poohoon, I don't know what it's called. Turn 12, ladies and gentlemen. See him onto the outside, back to the inside, carrying that speed all the way to that outside apex underneath the bridge here to the campus corner. Turn 13, you see those markers still standing as a tribute that these guys have done this 11 times. You still got that marker standing there as they come around turn down to turn 15 here, ladies and gentlemen. This is turn 15. Aussie now, looks like we got a marker here. Looks like RDJ up in the front. I don't know if that's him or not. I'm going to stay on this ride-along lap here as we come out of turn 16 down towards turn 17. This is a long, wide open, keep your foot on the floor kind of section of the track here, ladies and gentlemen, as Aussie Albie currently running in 5th place behind RDJ. I put that screen back up there so you can see the action going on. Johnny up to 3rd place, taking that position away from RDJ. Now Aussie now, as he comes through turn 19 and 20, I was keeping an eye on the action. RDJ into the pits. We knew he was going to have to do it at some time, ladies and gentlemen, and that is our customary lap around Spa. All 20 corners here, courtesy of Aussie Albie. Back to the lead here. Let's see what NRP is doing with Andy right now. Making up great time. Both of these guys had spectacular pit stops coming down the hill to see if NRP can do anything with Andy. Lap 12 out of 19. Laps are winding down. Harg Apple Pie zooming in saying, great commentary. Thanks. Absolutely, Apple Pie. Absolutely. Cannot be great commentary without great racing, though, and what you're watching online here is what we do every day in public lobbies, online lobbies, private lobbies, and racing lobbies, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get involved in what you're watching on the stream, www.rubbingsracing.co.uk. That'll get you your ticket to some of the cleanest, fastest sim racing for the PlayStation 2 network for Project Cars 2. hit the button that says subscribe as a driver. You'll see Lecky, our IT guy, did a fantastic job of our website. If you go, it's brand new, newly designed website. And it's to tell you a little bit about us, what our mission statement is, what we like to do, what our passions are about racing, and what we feel about our community. You can get involved by signing up as a driver. It'll take you to our Discord. We'll put you through a short, I guess it's kind of like an evaluation process. It's not really about how fast you are, but it's really about your track etiquette. As you can see these guys on track here, there are bumps and things happen all over the place, in real life too, ladies and gentlemen. But we try to keep it as clean as we possibly can here on track. We're keeping an eye on Aussie Albie, chasing down Lion's Foot. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like on our YouTube channel as well. And if you want to find us on all the major social medias, at RubbingsRacing, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I know we're on all three of those. There may be some more they threw in there. I don't keep up with the social media. It changes way too fast for me. So if you guys want to get involved, there's all your outlets, there's all your links, and there's all the information you need to get involved within the RubbingsRacing community. Right now, keeping an eye on Aussie Albie as he comes down towards turn 19, chasing Lion's Foot. Lion's Foot having an absolutely great race in these Renaults here. Let's go back here and see what Evan and Tuggy are up to. Evan burping the throttle a little bit, coming around turn 12 here as they come down towards towards campus here. And Evan doing a good job chiming in tonight, wanting to get involved in Thursday Night Lights. This is a very famous track, a very popular track within the community here. A lot of GT3s and GTEs take place on this track, but we wanted to do something a little different tonight. See the sun starting to go down a little bit here. Probably going to get into the evening hours here as we always like to do. Next week we're going to change it up just a little bit. Haven't decided the car and track yet, but maybe have a little bit of weather in the forecast. We'll see what happens. Always try to mix it up a little bit for the guys. Try to get everybody involved. Know there's a lot of guys here in the UK who like to race in the rain, and good for them. That's all I can say. NRP now all over the back of Andy. Let's go trackside as these guys come around turn 9 here, down the hill towards turn 11. Turn 11, ladies and gentlemen, down this downhill section. Andy WFC doing an absolutely great job leading it out in front right now. Leading it out in front. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for your continued support on the stream. It means a ton to us. It means a ton to me as a commentator, to us as a community, to see our hard work going not unnoticed, and you guys really make it worthwhile doing this. You guys on track, they like their fans chiming in, and we just like doing this. We love doing this here. As you can see, the sun's starting to go down. Lap 13 out of 19, 5 laps remain. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're keeping an eye on this battle between Andy and NRP, 0.8 of a second only separate these two as they're coming down. Where are they at on track right now? Oh, yeah, here they are. They're coming around turn 17 and 18, ladies and gentlemen. Around turn 17 down to around turn 18. Coming up towards the chicane area. We got somebody in the pit. Somebody may have retired. Looks like Dark Ninja in the pits. Not sure if he retired or not, but thank to have him on track right now. The sun is going down. Track temperatures are coming down a little bit. 89 degrees Fahrenheit. So the track temperatures are the coolest they've been all day right now. It's 89 degrees Fahrenheit. And the ambient temperature outside is 76 degrees Fahrenheit, ladies and gentlemen. As the sun goes down, the shadows are starting to get long here in Belgium as the laps are starting to wind down. 5 laps remain. I'm sorry, I said it wrong last time. 5 laps remain. Or 6 laps, I'm sorry. 5 laps. I can't count tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I can't count. I don't know what I'm talking about. NRP now only 0.1 of a second off of Andy. I wish I could bring you the action, but somebody decided to put that tree in the way. I don't know why they keep going to this thing. I'm not even touching the controller. Anyway, NRP now making a move to the outside. Goes all the way out in the grass, out on the rumble strip, and now challenging Andy for the lead. And Lion's Foot now Johnny coming into the picture right now. 1 second behind these as these guys start the race and start to get competitive. Johnny is just back there rubbing his hands together and licking his chops because he knows that as these two start to take time off of each other, he is doing nothing but making it up as they come down the hill around turn 11, ladies and gentlemen. Down the hill towards turn 12. These are the top 3 guys. These are the top 3 podium spots. Andy has been in command for most of this race. We've seen him have a spectacular pit stop, doing absolutely great on track as well. NRP also having a very blistering pit stop as the sun starts to set here, and these guys are only within a half a second of each other. Johnny now coming into the picture as well as the sun starting to set here, as the shadows are getting long. Fall time, September 2nd is the date, ladies and gentlemen. Late in the year here in Belgium at Spa with the Renault RS01 Trophy class, ladies and gentlemen. The headlights are coming on. As you see, these guys are starting to get traction back a little bit. Track temperature is dropping now down to 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So keeping an eye on this battle here for the lead. Tuggy Bear and Evan still going at it back there. Let's see what these two are up to. I'd like to get to all the action I possibly can on track. You see Tuggy Bear right now and that number 11, Evan in that purple, and here they go on the end of the tree again. But I want to go back up here to the lead here and see what these guys are up to as they come across the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. 4 laps to go, 15 out of 19. Can Andy WFC hold off a charging NRP? And can both of these guys hold off a persistent and demanding Johnny, our winner of the sprint race, ladies and gentlemen? Stay tuned to find out. Johnny doing everything he can to try to get a hold of these guys. These two, if they're not racing side by side, they are in the draft together, so that is working against Johnny. But Johnny looks like he's making up a little bit of time in the twisty sections, and you can see all three of these guys in frame right now. Johnny currently sitting 2.1 seconds behind these guys. I'm going to try to get rid of this interface as much as I can to just enjoy the end of this race as you see the sun setting and you see these three guys going at it. NRP doing a fantastic job just harassing Andy, but Andy is stone cold behind that steering wheel, not dealing with any pressure from NRP. And Andy made a statement in the intermission, said, guys, I will be back, and here he is right now. He is showing the way around. NRP's trying to figure out how to get around them. NRP from Silverstone, 33 years old. Andy from the UK, 22 years old. 11 years separate these two guys on the track, but the same love for the win bonds these guys together as both of these guys are going for the win here as the laps wind down. Lap 15 out of 19, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny now creeping into the picture. Let's take a look at some of the lap times. Andy coming in at a 2:14.1 last time by. NRP coming into the 2:14.3. And Johnny, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at a 2:13.6. Right now, Johnny is on a mission. He is going to try to get these guys up front and currently closing the gap at a 1.8 seconds. So this is winding up to be an absolutely fantastic finish here at Spa. These two guys, you can see them using up all their tires as they're coming around the final corners here, coming down to the chicane, hard on the braking zone. Let's see what Johnny's up to. Let's go on board with Johnny and see if he can make up any time here with NRP and Andy. Riding in the cockpit with Johnny right now. Get rid of this interface. You see the sun now behind the mountain on this part of the track. No more sunshine, so the track temperature is going to start dropping a little bit. The traction is going to start coming back to the tires here after all these laps, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 16 out of 19. 3 laps remain. It is yet to be seen who is going to win this race. Andy WFC is doing everything he possibly can to fight off a charging NRP and a Johnny now back in third place. We're watching the battle for first and second place from third place's windshield. Johnny is back here watching the same thing that you guys are. If you see the piece of rubber just go flying by his window. That's a great thing that Slightly Mad Studios has done here. They put all there where you see the rubber fly off your windshield. It happened to me in an open car, Willie, or an open wheel car the other day. It was quite fantastic. And what's going on here? Johnny making a move to the inside to NRP. NRP getting way out wide. Got to go back trackside to see what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen, as they come around the corner. Sun in their face, and now NRP losing the position to Johnny. Johnny on a charge. Can he get it back from Andy until back-to-back wins? Stay tuned and find out. Now riding along with NRP, watching the battle for second place as Johnny's now climbing up on the back of Andy WFC. 2 or 3 laps remain in there. 2.5 laps remain in this session as the sun is now fully gone down behind the hill. Lap car gets out of the way behind the leaders here as these guys are charging now through turns 13, 14, and 13 and 14 through campus as they come down towards turn 15 here. It looks like NRP is starting to go backwards a little bit, losing a little bit of time to Johnny, and now Andy. 1.7 seconds off of the lead, 11 seconds all the way back to Lion's Foot, and then 12 seconds back to Aussie. There's a battle developing right here between Aussie and Lion's Foot. We're going to keep an eye on that battle right now, but it looks like NRP is falling off of the pace. Let's go on board with Johnny right now and see if he can do anything with Andy as these guys come out around turn 17 and 18 right now towards the final chicane, ladies and gentlemen. The laps are winding down. Sun is going down behind the hill. You can see the pink still in the sky, clear skies. Track temperature down to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Ambient temperature still holding a steady 76 degrees Fahrenheit as they come across the line. 17 out of 19, ladies and gentlemen. 2 laps remain, and Johnny now all over the back of Andy. Andy has to be feeling his presence as we go trackside, keeping an eye on these guys as they come down the hill. Johnny, what is he able to do now with Andy as they come down the hill, starting up towards El Rouge, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see here, all over the back of Andy, but Andy is cool as a cucumber coming up through that section of track, and there's our favorite tree, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I can't bring you the action. You can see him go by there. NRP goes by, but I'm not sure why they're showing us this. And back to the action. There we go. Andy out front. Johnny now to second place. Let's see if Johnny can do anything with Andy. Andy driving very solidly and very defensively as they come up through turn 7, 8, and 9, down the hill towards turn 10 here. This is a good passing opportunity for Johnny, but it doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to make anything happen. Just riding behind Andy right now and just harassing him, letting him know that he's back there, coming all the way from the back of the pack. Johnny doing a fantastic job now within striking distance. He can taste it, ladies and gentlemen. He can smell the exhaust from that lead car, but can he do anything about it? Andy WFC is trying everything in his power to keep a charging Johnny behind him. Seen a couple guys on stream rooting in for Andy. JR Lock and Load coming in. JR Sims earlier in the stream saying rooting for Andy, get that yellow beast going. Looks like he is out, ladies and gentlemen, getting rid of the interface as the laps wind down. Lap 17 out of 19 as they come out of turn 16 and wind it back up. Andy getting way a little bit wide. Johnny using up all of the track as he's trying to climb up on the back of Andy, but we don't know if Andy has anything left in that Renault, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 laps remain as they come around turn 18 down towards 19 and 20. Hard on the braking zone right now, hard on the brakes. You can see both of them coming. Johnny now making a move to the inside. Can he make it happen? No, he cannot. Goes a little bit wide on that entrance, and Andy looks like he gets a good run out of that corner. NRP in behind these guys, looks like his tires may have gone away, ladies and gentlemen. Track temperature falling a little bit. 84 degrees Fahrenheit, 75 degrees Fahrenheit is the outside temperature. Lap 18 out of 19. 2 laps remain, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go. This is for the win. 21st edition of Thursday Night Lights, ladies and gentlemen. All comes down to these final 2 laps. Andy WFC putting on a show for his fans. Johnny doing everything he can somewhere behind that tree. I promise you they are racing. Hopefully nothing major goes on. And we see and Nicky RP, NRP come in. Now Johnny making a move to the outside, showing his nose to Andy, but Andy not having any of it as Andy fends off Johnny. Andy's got to be excited behind this wheel. Don't know if he's ever won a Thursday Night Lights. I know he's had a couple wins taken away from him simply due to default, like one race didn't count and one race I think he disconnected or something stupid like that. We're not sure what it was, but Andy WFC doing everything he can to try to secure his first Thursday Night Light victory. It's our 21st edition of it, ladies and gentlemen, and I am getting excited. I got to stand up to watch all this action. I can't sit down anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be absolutely great. Looks like JR Sim Racing's top 3 are all driving well, and he says looks like Andy's tires have gone. Looks like everybody's tires have gone, JR. Looks like Johnny now within 9/10 of a second, currently falling back a little bit off Andy, and Andy has now put the pedal down. Doesn't have his headlights on, just has those cool running lights on. He doesn't need the headlights on. He knows where he can go. He knows his way around this track, and he's doing it better than anybody right now in first place. Currently running a 2:13.1. That is the fastest of anybody as Andy WFC saved it for the final lap. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, what can Johnny do with him right now? NRP has dropped off the pace, currently 3 seconds behind, and these two heavyweights are going to go at it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep an eye on this, and right now it looks like Johnny's making a move up to the inside. I don't know what happened to the camera angle, but it looks like Andy gets a great run out of that corner, and this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is for all the marbles. Andy, WFC, coming across the line for the final time with Johnny in tow. This is first and second place. NRP, you can see him coming out of turn one there, coming in the final frame. He's the final third guy, final podium position. But Andy, WFC, this has been the story this afternoon. Johnny coming from the back of the pack all the way up to second place. And only one thing stands in his way from a back-to-back victory tonight at at Spa right now, and that one thing is Andy, WFC. Andy now fighting off a hard-charging Johnny. Johnny now making a move to the outside, but Andy's got that preferred line. Andy now to the inside. Johnny doing everything he possibly can to get Andy off of that. Gives him a little bump on the back, saying, hey, man, I am here. I won the first race. I want to win the second one. Andy said, no way, man. I'm going to win this, my first Thursday Night Lights. And here comes Andy down the hill to turn 10, trying to fend off Johnny. We've seen Johnny doing a great job in the first race, out in front by 2.5 seconds right now, and Andy got it all together, made some major adjustments in that intermission, and right now looks like he is in control. Hard Apple says he's going to miss the end of the race. Stick around for about 30 seconds. It's going to be over here directly, and it's going to be an absolutely epic finish. We're going to see if Johnny can do anything with our host, moderator, Andy, WFC, commentator on the GT3 series, Sunday night GT3 series. Looks like he's the final time coming around here. Looks like he's driving it as fast as he possibly can. He knows that there is a hard charging Johnny coming behind him right now as they come out of turn 16, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to watch this race here. Johnny doing everything he can to try to catch up with Andy. Andy is out front and doing an absolutely great job. Let's take an eye on the fuel here. 12.5 liters left for Johnny, and we have 11.5 liters left for Andy. So these guys are great on fuel, and it's going to come down to this, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what it comes down to right now. Can Johnny make a move in the final chicane side by side with Andy? No, he goes a little bit wide. Can he make the move on him? Looks like he gets a little bit close, and as they come across the line, Johnny making a move. Looks like he's going to try to poke it to the inside, and no, he's not going to make it in time. Oh, what a great finish by Andy, WFC. Congratulations on your first Thursday Night Light victory at Spa with the Renault RS01. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't have scripted that any better. Johnny, what a fantastic run from you as he comes across in second. NRP to third. Great finish by him. Aussie Albie coming across fourth. Lions Foot fifth. Didn't get a chance to get to that battle, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that. That was an epic battle for the lead. Our Flying Dutchman Ubar doing a great job tonight, coming across in sixth place as he comes up through the final chicane. Remember, guys, the cool down lap is on, so you just got to be careful with the contact. Flying Dutchman, thank you for being on track tonight. You got Dan Bud Mortuis. Had a great race, first race, got a little sideways and backwards, and currently finished seventh, currently running seventh place right now. Currently finishing right now in seventh place. You got RDJ coming in eighth. You got Evan coming in ninth place. Thank you for coming on track tonight, racing with us, Evan. You got Tuggy coming in across 10th place. Old Smokey. Last week on the controller for Old Smokey, so we expect big things from you next week, Old Smokey. He's going to get a wheel. He didn't specify which wheel he's going to get, but it's got to be better than a controller. So good to have him on track as well. And Dark Ninja rounding out the final field here. So I want to thank everybody for showing up, and another huge congratulations to Andy, WFC. I may be wrong by saying this is his first Thursday Night Lights, but I don't think I am. I know we had this conversation. He's been itching for a win. He's been there so many times. I don't want to take too much credit away from him. Doing a fantastic job coming all the way through the pack and finishing second. And NRP with a great battle. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I want to give a huge congratulations to Andy, WFC. Huge congratulations to Johnny from coming all the way from the pack, and NRP for coming in the top three. I already went to the next screen, so I didn't see who all finished. But I want to thank everybody for taking part tonight for our 21st edition of Thursday Night Lights. And for everybody here at Rubbings Racing, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all your support and love. I am your host, Kenbo76. Thank you for watching. God bless, and good night.